What is going on, guys? Noki here, and today I wanted to bring you guys a review on the Havit 60% Bluetooth keyboard and mouse bundle that comes in at a surprising $45, which you can order from Amazon. Now, not only do you get the mechanical keyboard and mouse bundle for only $45, but on top of that, both the keyboard and mouse include RGB lighting, which can be hard to find at a price like this, especially when you're trying to get both items. Inside the box, you get the keyboard and instructions manual, which is rather useless as always, the mouse, and a USB Type-C cable for the keyboard that is rather short in my opinion. However, I am surprised that the connector is a USB-C, considering the board comes in at only $45. Now, we'll get into the mouse a little later, but one thing I do want to point out is that it does come with a braided cable as well as a nice form factor, which again surprised me as it came bundled for only $45. Now, this cable is a type you'll find on high-end premium mouses, so I was rather surprised when again I saw it coming with this one. Now, I didn't get a chance to weigh the mouse because I didn't have it in scale, unfortunately, but it weighs, I'd say, somewhere between 70 to 80 grams, nothing above that. I compared it to my Razer Viper, and it felt rather similar in the weight, so I think it's the perfect size and the perfect weight, not too heavy, not too light, or anything like that. The keyboard itself has a nice clean design with the Havit logo branded in the corner and the USB-C port located in the middle of the other side of the board. Now, I wasn't a fan of where the port was located since it did overlap with my mouse every time I tried moving it. I'm usually a fan of it being on the far left hand side or far right hand side. Most of the keyboards I have are like that. This can easily be resolved by just getting a longer cable, but again, I'm just working with what I got here. Now, you are limited to the type of board you get as it only comes in one color, which is black, with brown switches only, but let's be honest, brown switches are the best switches, with blue coming in at a close second. On the back, you do have the on and off switch to enable Bluetooth, as well as a sticker that tells you the battery information. As you can see, the keyboard has a 1400 mAh battery, which gets you about 10 hours of usage on Bluetooth, but keep in mind that the hours may vary depending on whether or not you use the RGB function and which function also. Now, the keyboard does allow you to connect up to 3 devices simultaneously, but let's be honest, who's actually going to do that? The keyboard is pre-programmed with 19 different RGB effects, which you can scroll through by holding down the function key and tapping on the backspace key as well. Since the effects are pre-programmed, that saves you the hassle of having to download any third-party software for the effects, which also includes the mouse. Now, here's a quick sound test on what these brown switches sound like. As you can see, it sounds like your standard brown switch, really nothing special here, but let's go ahead and roll some footage of the different RGB effects you do get with the board. Moving on to the mouse, as I said, it has a sleek design which also includes 2 side buttons on the left hand side as well as 2 buttons on the top, one being to change your DPI and the other to change the lighting effect. You get a total of 7 pre-programmed RGB lighting effects which can easily be changed by clicking on the button right under the DPI. The DPI starts at 800 and goes all the way to 6400. DPI settings are pre-programmed in the mouse, so you're stuck with the ones that they set for you, which should be on your screen. The mouse pads look like the kind you get from a high-end mouse, which again surprised me. However, I did find myself running into issues with the mouse pad performance, as I felt that the mouse sensitivity would change on its own without me clicking the DPI button. Could have been the mouse feet, but I didn't want to bother with swapping the feet out with new skates since I was working with what I had. Now, the main question here is, what are my overall thoughts? For $45, you get a nice looking keyboard with a great performance. I really wasn't able to tell a difference in the board besides the keycap quality like I have on my other boards, as I don't think these are PBT. The mouse itself is nothing special since I was having issues with it, but then again, I could have just got a defective unit, so your case might be different. In the end, for $45, this is a steal if you're trying to get into PC gaming and looking for something on the cheap end, since this includes the keyboard and mouse, comes with all the bells and whistles that you get on a high-end name brand board for less than half the price. I've been using this board myself for over a week, and I can strongly recommend this is something you'd want to add to your setup. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I will be doing more budget-friendly keyboard and mouse reviews in the future. If If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and if we can hit 450 subscribers, I'll give away this keyboard to one of you guys. All you have to do is make sure you're subbed to the channel and leave a comment below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to also leave me more keyboards that you want me to review down below in the comments, as well as mouse, because I definitely want to go ahead and try some of these that you guys have questions on. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and peace.